Good morning, students. I hope that chapter 9, The Earth, Our Habitat, is clear to you as you have watched the videos of all three sessions. Still, in today's session, we will revise this chapter again, as you know that revision is very important. So students, in this chapter, we have discussed solar system, the shape and location of the earth, and motions of the earth, right? So let's start with solar system. What is solar system? Solar system. Our sun is the self-illuminated star of Mandakini galaxy, also known as Milky Way. It is surrounded by many small and big stars. All these stars are recognized as planets. These planets do not have light of their own. They are illuminated by the light of the sun. All these planets of different sizes and forms together make solar family or solar system. Thus, planets, satellites, comets and meteors are included in our solar system. At first, let's know the sun as the key member of the solar system. Students, we all are familiar with the sun. Our daily work begins with the sunrise, right? And the sun is the star at the center of the solar system. It is by far the most important source of energy for life on the earth. The sun is about 13 million times larger than the earth. For example, if you want to make a revolution around the sun, you sit in a plane running at a velocity of 1000 kilometers. It will take 107 years to complete the revolution. Gravitational force of sun is 28 times more than that of the earth. The surface of the sun is always unstable. It includes several kilometers long igniting fire flares. Students, let's know the first member of the family, which is also the smallest of all the planets. So, the closest to the sun is the planet Mercury. It is the smallest planet in the solar system. Just like the smallest member in our family is the dearest to all. Mercury is closest to the sun. It is yellowish in color. It does not have atmosphere or satellite. From the earth, we see Mercury in the sky sometime before sunrise and after sunset. Now, let's see the second planet in the line, and that is Venus. Now, Venus is very special in the solar system as it is the most dazzling planet. Venus resembles Earth very much, and that is why both these planets, Venus and Earth, are called twin planets because they have similar shape, similar size and similar weight. Venus resembles the moon in shine and does not have a satellite. It is the second planet in our solar system and it is just beside Earth. Now that we know Venus, let's know about our planet, and that is our home Earth. Now the planet Earth, which is our home, is third in line and it is one of the most unique planet in the solar system. So, why it is unique? What do you think? Because planet Earth supports life, right? No other planet in the solar system supports life. It is located between Venus and Mars. It completes one rotation around the sun on its axis in 24 hours and one revolution around the sun in 365 days. Events such as day and night and the change of the seasons can only be seen here. The Earth has one satellite, and that is the Moon. The Moon. It is the only satellite of the Earth. It takes about 27.3 days to complete its rotation on its axis around the Sun. There is no atmosphere on the Moon. There is no life on it, as there is no water and atmosphere above the Moon. It is a non-luminous body. Non-luminous means not capable of producing light, but possibly capable of reflecting light from another source. It is illuminated by the sun. So students, we know about the Earth and the Moon. Let's know about the next planet in the line, and that is the angry young man of the family. Can you guess the name of the planet? Do you know Mars is the angry young man of the family? Just like when somebody gets angry, his or her face goes red. That's how Mars is. You know, it is always red in color. That is the reason why it is known as the red planet. Atmosphere of Mars is lighter, and as per the seasons, more cold and heat is there on Mars. It has 2 satellites. Mars is also the second smallest planet of the solar system. Now, let's know about the biggest planet in the solar system. Well, students, the largest planet on the solar system is Jupiter. Just like we have elder brothers who are strongest and always take care of us, similarly in solar system, that is Jupiter. Students, Jupiter is so large that if you compare it with Earth, it looks like a tiny ball in front of Jupiter. Such big and massive is Jupiter. The largest planet of solar system, Jupiter, is light yellowish white planet. It has gaseous atmosphere. It has 79 satellites. This huge planet can be seen with the help of binoculars. While watching through binocular, droplets can be seen on the surface, which looks beautiful. This planet is believed to be very cold. Now you know that Jupiter is the largest in the solar system. Now, who is the second largest? So students, the second largest planet in the solar system is Saturn. It is located between Jupiter and Uranus. It looks beautiful with bright rings of blue color. Saturn is also called Turbine planet. Saturn has more than 62 satellites. The surface temperature of Saturn is quite low because of its distance from the Sun. Next is Uranus. It is so far away from the Earth that it cannot be seen with the help of ordinary binoculars. The light of the Sun is also like light moonlight. It is so because it is far away from the Sun. This planet is very cold. This planet was discovered by an astronomer named William Herschel in 1781. Neptune. This planet is green in color. Its atmosphere contains a toxic gas called methane. Toxic means septical or poisonous. Seasonal variation is observed on this planet like Earth. Students, have you ever seen a streak of light in the night sky? Yes. Sometimes it appears that star is falling from the sky at night. Actually, stars do not fall. Small pieces of stones, rocks, moving in the sky or small parts of planets are called meteors. These meteors are quickly drawn towards Earth because of gravitational force. A constellation is a name given to a group of stars in the sky that makes up a certain pattern. Some of the constellations have specific shape because of the mass of stars. There are 27 constellations like Ashwini, Revati, Vishakha, Punarvasu, Orion, Rohini, Pushya, Arya, Swati, etc. Students, remembering the names of constellations is not easy, but they can be easily memorized by repeated viewing and understanding. Some names are remembered as they are associated with auspicious work, like at the time of Pushya, constellation gold and silver is purchased. The earth is spherical. It is flat at both the poles, North Pole and South Pole. Some astronauts have gone up to the moon. They have taken Earth's photographs from there. From the moon, the earth looks like a giant sphere. Now, let's understand what is pole star. It is the star that is known to retain its position in the sky always. We can locate the position of the pole star with the help of the constellation Saptarishi. Students, we have discussed about constellation. A group of stars which form a pattern and have a particular name is called a constellation. If an imaginary line is drawn joining the pointer stars of Saptarishi and extended further, it will point to the pole star. People who travel by sea or in desert can easily find pole star. The direction in which it appears is north. Due to its stability and nearly circular shape of the earth, it cannot be seen from the southern hemisphere. There are vertical and horizontal imaginary lines on the earth's surface. With the help of these imaginary lines, exact time and location can be known. Students, as you can see in the picture, horizontal imaginary lines on the earth's surface are called latitudes, and vertical imaginary lines drawn on the earth's surface are called longitudes. Let's understand the main latitudes of the earth. The equator divides the earth into two equal parts. The portion above the equator is called northern hemisphere, and the portion towards the south of equator is called southern hemisphere. The five main parallels of latitudes from north to south are Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn, and Antarctic Circle. Students, there are two major longitudes. First is Greenwich Mean Time Line and the second is International Date Line. First, we will discuss what is GMT, Greenwich Mean Time Line. The 0 degree longitude which passes through Greenwich City of England is called Greenwich Line. It divides the earth into two equal parts from east to west, which are known as Eastern Hemisphere and Western Hemisphere. Next is International Date Line. 180-degree longitude is called International Date Line. The date and time change when we cross this line. It passes through the Pacific Ocean and roughly follows a 180-degree longitude, north-south line on the earth. Students, over the years, people have been using different techniques to navigate across the world. Traditionally, people used to depend on landmarks and stars to travel between different locations. But the discovery of GPS made people no longer rely on these traditional techniques to find their way. So, what is GPS? The Global Positioning System is a radio navigation system that is used in land, sea, and air to determine the exact location, time, and velocity irrespective of weather conditions. You can easily find GPS system in your car, your smartphone, and your watch. Students, the latitude of a region has a great effect on its climate and weather. The different heat zones have different types of climates. The parallels of latitude divide the earth into different heat zones. There are three types of heat zones: torrid zone, temperate zone, and frigid zone. So students, like other planets, there are two motions of the earth. Number 1, rotation, and number 2, revolution. Now, let's look into each of them in further detail. Students, as the top rotates on its axis, in the same way, the earth also rotates on its axis from west to east direction. This circular motion of the earth is called daily motion. It is also called the rotation of the earth. The speed of the rotation of the earth at any point along the equator is approximately 1670 kilometers per hour. The earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Students, due to daily motion of the earth, day and night occur. The earth is round, so the sun rays fall only on half of it at a time. The other half remains on the other side of the sun. The earth rotates on its axis, so its different parts come opposite the sun alternately. Students, every part of the earth experiences light from darkness and darkness from light in every 24 hours. Students, now we will discuss about the second motion of the earth, and that is revolution. But first we will understand what is an orbit. Students, as you know that the earth rotates on its axis, similarly the earth revolves on a fixed imaginary path. This imaginary path is known as an orbit. So, the earth rotates on its axis and it revolves on its orbit. Is it clear? So don't get confused between rotation and revolution. The orbit of the earth is not round but elliptical in shape. Elliptical means oval. Students, the second motion of the earth is revolution. The movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. The earth revolves from west to east in the anti-clockwise direction. Students, 6 hours saved every year are likely to make one day over a span of 4 years. We add this surplus day to the month of February. Every fourth year, February is 29 days instead of 28 days. This year, with 366 days, is called a leap year. Students, let's understand the meaning of equinox. Equi means equal and nox means night. Equinox is the time when all the places on the earth have equal duration of day and night. Each year on 21 March, the spring equinox, the sun shines directly on the equator. Again on 23 September, the autumn equinox, the sun shines directly on the equator. Students, solstice is the time when the sun reaches at its highest or lowest point at noon, resulting in the shortest and the longest days of the year. The summer solstice in the northern hemisphere occurs about June 21, while the winter solstice occurs about December 22. The summer solstice is the longest day of the year and the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. Students, the term Uttarayan is derived from two different Sanskrit words. Uttara means north, Ayan means movement. The earth revolves around the sun with a tilt of 23.5 degrees, right? The direct rays of the sun shift from the south of equator towards the north of equator is called Uttarayan. Now, you will think that why do we celebrate Uttarayan on 14th January? Well, we celebrate Uttarayan on 14th January as it is the day on which the sun begins to rise in the Makar Rashi. It is also known as Makar Sankranti. Students, the complement of Uttarayan is Dakshinayan. From 22 June, the direct rays of the sun shift from Tropic of Cancer towards the south of equator. It is called Dakshinayan. Students, eclipses are astronomical events where a celestial body partially or totally covers another celestial body. A solar eclipse happens when the new moon moves between the earth and the sun, while a lunar eclipse occurs when the earth casts a shadow on the full moon. I'm sure you all have understood the chapter properly. Students, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed learning about our planet Earth. Worksheets and solutions will be sent to you, so please start learning question answers. Till then, take care, stay happy, stay fit, and keep learning.